Hi everyone, my name is Karen Gardinier. A lot of you are new on my channel and I just thought I would introduce myself and tell you a little bit about what I do and why I'm doing it. I was born and raised a preacher's kid out of Spokane, Washington in the Pacific Northwest, and I am adopted, and that brought along a lot of weird ideas and hang-ups along the way. And you know, I just had this perfect childhood. I mean, I really did. I had a wonderful family and I had a really great childhood. My parents divorced, however, when I was young, and that was traumatic for me. And I've always had like these big abandonment issues because I was adopted, and then the divorce, and he didn't really think I was his kid because I was adopted. You know, all that kind of stuff that rolls through your head. And I didn't think too much about it. But I'll tell you what, every relationship I had seemed to be a real people-pleasing proposition. I was just really overly, you know, now I look back and I see like I was really trying to be loved. I was really trying to fit in, and I really had no idea what I was doing. And I grew up, my mother was a very caring person, very codependent herself, and she was so selfless. And you know, I just really related that to love. And every relationship I had would happen, even small, like small child, like junior high, you know, I would have a friend and I would give up my whole life and join theirs, right? I don't know if you know what I mean, but I really was in there. Like I had no me and you, and I was just in there. You know, I took on your hobbies and your interests and your things, and everything I was doing kind of got pushed to the side. And then I started dating. Oh, good Lord. You know what I mean? I am, you know, it was just so, like I would literally just give up a relationship and become a part of someone else's world. Like leave everybody behind, right? Just all of a sudden, I'm at your house all the time. I'm with your family, my family I haven't seen. You know what I mean? Just enmeshed in your world. As I got older, I'd start dating someone, and I would date somebody that I thought was really going to love me and take care of me, and ended up, I would take them and kind of turn them into my son, right? I was doing everything for them. I was just like, I was running their businesses, and I was running their house, and God, it was just unbelievable. And then when they broke up with me, or I broke up with them, usually it was, you know, a horrific ending, which is the other part of this disaster. I would be devastated, and I would kind of be like left with nothing, just empty. Like I'd go back and all my friends were like, oh, where have you been? You know, what happened? Now you don't have a relationship. You want to come back and be friends. And my family, the same thing. Like, where have you been? You know, we haven't seen you for 3 years. Well, he broke up with me, and I need support, you know, just no balance and crazy stuff. And the breakups, like right there was a serious problem, because I'd given up my whole entire self for this person who then didn't appreciate me. You know, started the cycle, right? I've done so much for you. You owe me. And then they would break up with me and I'd be destroyed. And I'm not talking about going through a breakup. I'm talking about I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't go to work, I couldn't get up, I couldn't get in the shower. I mean, I was just a mess. And so I just dove deeper and harder into trying to make sure that didn't happen, and trying to make sure people were happy. And I didn't want anybody to be upset or in pain. You know what I mean? I was always trying to orchestrate this scenario of what I thought my perfect life would be. However, I wasn't really in it. And I don't know, unless you have experienced this, you might not understand that. But there was this perfect thing I was trying to orchestrate, but I was out here orchestrating it and I wasn't in my life, right? I was very lonely in a sea of people that I was trying to control and manipulate. Didn't know I was manipulating at the time. You know, you learn later that, you know, the things I thought I were doing for other people was really for me. So this went on, and it almost destroyed me. I mean, it really did. And I really took to drinking and you know, just crazy behavior, just trying to fix all that, just trying to, like, it was so much that I was so loving and enmeshed with you that the only way I could really get pissed off and back up was to get drunk, or really mad. Like, I went too far the other way. So this began this journey of just crazy living. And I just thought, God, this is not, like, something is missing. I'm looking at my friends and they're all kind of like, they got their problems, but they're not whacked out, right? And happy and then sad and then happy and devastated, happy and devastated, happy. It was like, oh my God. And it all was dependent on what other people were doing in my life. If he loved me, I was happy. And if he didn't, I was devastated. If my mother was happy, I was happy. And if she was upset about something, I was unhappy. I mean, I just really had no, I was like more like a, what do they say about that? I was more like a thermostat than a thermometer. I was more like a thermometer than a thermostat. I don't know what that saying is, but you know what I mean. And it's exhausting. I'll just tell you, it's exhausting. And then it's even more exhausting when the people you're trying to help look at you and say, you know, why don't you mind your own business? It's like, what? I'm sacrificing my whole entire life for this. So I just really, you know, and then I had a kid. And it went really bad. I mean, I love this kid so much. I you know, I still do, but I loved her so much. I just smothered her until she couldn't get away from me fast enough. It's just like, she has problems of her own and I wanted to fix them. And you know, she, you know, has done pretty good on her own, to be honest. But there's this whole cycle. My whole life has been like trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with me. And then I started recovery. And I realized, you know, I don't have to live like this anymore, right? There were simple concepts and ideas. I felt like these ideas might have been given out in kindergarten and I wasn't present. One of those things, like pretty simple ideas. But my perception had become so morphed into this codependent world. I just couldn't imagine any other way. It was so murky too. I always use that word murky because it's so blurry. It's just so and exhausting and lonely. And so I started this journey of recovery where it was like taking and putting on a new pair of glasses, and everything started clearing up. Like, this is your business, this is my business. This is your fault, this is my fault, right? This is your victory, it's not mine. Right? This is mine and it's not yours. You know, just like cleaning out a room, one room at a time. All of a sudden I started to see clearer. And you know what happened is I got more energy. I could breathe. I started taking care of myself. I started letting go. It was like cutting these strings and these big bags of stones falling off my body. I mean, I was just, at first I was very scared and I was very terrified of doing that. And then one day I was like, oh my God, this is great. This is so great. Like, I had no idea that I was so out there, and I really am right here in this moment taking care of myself. And yes, I love people. And yes, I can still help. But I have some boundaries. I have some yes and no's. I have some I don't think so's. I have some let me think about it. You know what I mean? I didn't have that before. I just was like this sponge of, I'll do it. Okay, I'll take you. I'll do this. I'll do that. Even if I didn't want to, right? So it really has been the most amazing journey to me, because the reason I say amazing is not only did I feel better, the relationships that I had became more meaningful. They were healthier relationships. The other people that I had been attracting fell away. I didn't have to push them away. It just kind of ended, a natural thing, because that just wasn't my energy anymore, right? I just wasn't putting that out there. I started attracting people that were good for me and that I could get and receive love from, or friendship. So I wasn't so lonely. Now, there's a side effect, and it's a good side effect. What I figured out the hard way was that when I started feeling those feelings of the loneliness vanish, purpose came into my life, clarity, a relaxation, I wasn't so tired, things were not murky, right? The magical side effect was that the other people in my life started getting better. Like, I didn't know that. Like, what? I've been working my ass off for years trying to make you happy, and you're actually doing better without my help. And that was a humbling experience. It was really hard at first to think that, oh my God, I was part of the problem. I was in there. And once I pulled out, you know, things changed for everybody around me. So it's been a magical journey, and I have, made it my purpose. It is my purpose to give you this information, because by giving you the information that I have gleaned the hard way, if I give it to you and it helps you, it makes it all worthwhile, right? There's no, like, it was all on purpose, right? It all happened so that I could help someone else on their journey, make it quicker, easier, faster, without the pain that I had to endure and my loved ones had to endure by me living the way I was. So I just want to share that with you. If you don't know why I'm doing this, that's why I'm doing it. And I wanted to let you know that I have put these things, I've been working with people one-on-one for a long time, but there's so many people I can't reach, just because there's more of you than me. And so I have put together some programs, and my first course is complete. I'm going to be launching it probably within about a week. And so I'm really excited about that, so that no matter where you're at in the world, we all have the same common denominator problem. If you're trying to survive someone else's alcoholism, their addiction, their gambling, whatever it is, and you're trying to really rebuild your life in a healthy way, to build healthy relationships, this program is for you. So if you're interested, if you want some information, you want to sign up before it comes out, make sure you get on the list. Just DM me.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
There goes my watch. Siri's listening. Just DM me your information. Just DM me on list. On the list. Put me on the list. Just DM me. Put me on the list. And I'll make sure that you get an invitation to that as soon as it launches. And I want to thank you for your time today, and I'm glad that you're watching. Thank you.